Cash stack, high yields on stable coins, yeah, that's where my bag at. All I really need is Wi-Fi, get money on D.E.B.T, mega cash on M.I.M.S. You better run when the runners run, show you how to get your money up. Dollar inflated like bubble gum, markets are jumping like double dutch. Buying up gold till I get a ton, crypto, yeah, I got some. You better run when the runners run, you better run when the runners run.
All right, welcome in everyone. Happy Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. We are celebrating today. The debt box is back, baby. Tell a friend. Let me get my good brother in here. Ricardo Hamilton, aka M.I.M.S. Make it make sense. This one's for the haters, brother.
Oh yeah. That box is back, man. Fired up and excited. Oh man, I'm just telling you, we've been waiting for this day. We knew it was gonna come. And folks, we got some information for you guys. That box ain't going nowhere. Back better than ever. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Our voice a little messed up today. I'm so blown about that, but trust me, we're still gonna give y'all this value.
Hey, I'll try to carry it, man. You did an awesome job keeping all the lives going on the 90-day run while I was in Dubai. I learned so much about blockchain, cryptocurrency, and really freedom, right? We have these draconian laws, these, just outside the box people leveraging lawsuits against almost anything with cryptocurrency and blockchain because they want to keep us poor. So I'm not going to talk about this too much, but tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, I will be going over the #1 crypto play I found in Dubai, some passive income. As always, it's at soundmoneysecrets.com, 10 p.m. tonight. So you guys are going to want to make sure you're there. We only have 4 days to take full advantage of this opportunity. So make sure you guys tune in then. But right now, we are talking about D.E.B.T and what happened with the TRO. If you guys don't know, in early August, the SEC filed a claim against the D.E.B.T, IX Global, and about 20 of our other friends, claiming this huge fraud case. They made everything up. They were moving all this money to avoid U.S. regulation and completely destroyed people's lives. Travis and Joe and IX had all of their money and accounts suspended. Hundreds, if not thousands of people who were making money promoting the nodes basically had their income go away. People who had spent tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars on these nodes, had just the value of them crash, as any would happen with any cryptocurrency or thing where the judge says, oh, this is all a fraud, or not the judge, I'm sorry, the SEC, oh, this is all a fraud, this is all a scam. All right, so today we're going to document, what really happened in this case, right? And, wrong one there. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. IX Global SEC TRO dissolved. Judge says he may hold the SEC in contempt. And I want to take you guys to the actual, we're going to bring the receipts here. So this is the actual court case, all right, in the District of Utah. You go down to page 12. I'm going to read it straight from there. This is from the court. All right, let me preview what I think is going to happen today and then provide an explanation and then hear from all of you. At times, some of the things that I may say today may sound a little dramatic, and I'm not saying them to be dramatic or hyperbolic or colorful. I just plan to be as plain and direct as I can be, but I also want to ensure that I don't minimize what I have. I have what I think are serious concerns that I have about what's happened at times in this case, at least as I best understand it. So this is the judge speaking again, page 12, line 12. What I think we're going to do today is probably dissolve the TRO, that stands for Temporary Restraining Order, discuss a plan for transitioning the receivership, that's the D.E.B.T, because they took the entire ecosystem of the D.E.B.T and put it with the SEC essentially. And I suspect we'll talk about an order to show cause that at least right now I think I likely will be issuing. Ordering the commission to show cause why I shouldn't hold the SEC in contempt. I don't say anything of that lightly.
Yeah, that's
So
huge.
M.I.M.S, yeah, M.I.M.S really quick, if you want to just maybe break that down and let people know how huge that is.
Yeah, I mean, the SEC straight up lied, and they know they were lying. And the judge cannot believe that they were lied to the degree that they did to get that TRO in place. And in earlier documents, you can read that the judge didn't want to put the TRO in place because it's such an extreme measure and it has to show cause. And the SEC pushed the judge and fabricated, a case to show cause when that really wasn't the truth. They lied. They lied, straight up lied, so bad that the judge is considering holding them in contempt of court. And we knew that already. We knew that already because we've been following this project since we heard about it, traveling around the world with them. We have an idea of what's going on here. And we knew that the SEC was straight up lying. And there you have it right there in the court documents.
Yeah, let me read another just damning excerpt from the judge. This is on page 14. Mr. Welsh, I believe, is with the SEC. So this is the judge speaking or writing. He says that evidence obtained by the commission and set forth in, and now I'm paraphrasing, the 6 filings that we've made in this case in connection with the ex parte application for the TRO, evidence obtained by the commission indicates that defendants are currently in the process of attempting to relocate assets and investor funds overseas, where at least Jacob Anderson has contended that those assets will be outside the reach of U.S. regulators. This is the judge again. I think that statement is partially false or at best misleading. I've watched the YouTube video of Mr. Anderson that was referenced by the parties and by the commission. I don't think it can fairly be characterized that Mr. Anderson said he was working on placing assets outside the reach of U.S. regulators. I think he talks about moving his operations to Dubai for reasons that he explains. And this, of course, becomes one of the 2 linchpins of the commission's efforts to establish irreparable injury when we get to the hearing that we had. I also don't think it's true, based on the record before me, that at the time this affidavit was, or it's a declaration, well, it's a certification, Mr. Welsh. I don't think there's evidence that establishes that the defendants were currently in the process of relocating assets and investor funds overseas. Boom. I wish I had my sound thing today, Ricardo, just like boom, boom, boom.
Right.
I don't think there's any evidence of that before me in this case. So just so you guys understand here, of course, I was just literally in Dubai last week. Cryptocurrency is welcomed. It's embraced. It's celebrated. It's encouraged. Okay. So almost everyone and their mom to do anything with crypto and blockchain is flooding to Dubai, and the city is thriving. I didn't see any poverty. I didn't see any homelessness. I saw huge brand new buildings. I saw a well-organized society that runs on the rule of law. Whereas we have rogue SEC agents making up claims, lying before a court. And I definitely urge this judge to hold them in contempt of court for the damage they have done, not only to us, but this entire ecosystem.
Yeah.
M.I.M.S, your thoughts? Is we got a lot of people on today. Let me get them up here.
Yeah. No, you're right, Mike. And this is a victory day. It's a very good day for the debt box, very good day for the ecosystem, very good day for the holders of these tokens. And understand something, folks, that the debt box is just getting started. We got some major news coming. Major news coming. If you're not in position, you're definitely going to want to get in position. And we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. But congratulations for all those who held on, because I know there's a lot of people who sold their bags, and halvenings have taken place. So you're not mining as many tokens per day for certain projects. The tokenomics are still taking place. And I'm just happy to be in this position with this project, knowing where we're going and the wealth that we're creating for families right now.
Yeah, and let me share a little bit more from that article. The court's decision comes after scrutinizing the evidence presented and recognizing discrepancies, and potential misrepresentations in the SEC's complaint. The importance of this hearing was underlined by the presence of Tracy S. Combs, director of SEC's Salt Lake Regional Office. Listen to this, Ricardo, who was summoned by the judge just hours before the hearing. The court's stance was clear, maintaining the highest standards of accuracy and fairness in all proceedings. So basically, he called their mama. He said, what your boy's been doing here? You know, according to the records from the hearing, Judge Robert J. Shelby addressed the SEC and questioned the way information shared by the agency in order to attain emergency relief was misleading to the court, and he moved forward to dissolve the temporary restraining order held against D.E.B.T and IX Global. Judge Shelby started the meeting. Yeah, round of applause there. Round of applause to Judge Shelby. Thank you, sir, for reinstating my belief in the U.S. justice system. Judge Shelby started the meeting, emphasizes he had requested the presence of Ms. Combs, and noted this was the first time. Wow, I did not read this. This was the first time he had taken such action in his 12 years as a judge due to the importance of what he had observed. And then we had read that part about, you know, he's going to dissolve the TRO.
Yeah.
And I suspect we'll talk about an order to show cause that at least right now I think likely will be issuing, ordering the commission to show cause why I shouldn't hold the SEC in contempt. Throughout the elaborate analysis of information put forth by the SEC, the judge points out how key information was taken out of context when presented, misleading the court to approve the emergency relief TRO. The judge concluded by dissolving the TRO and ordering the immediate transition to end the receivership. Having concluded that the TRO is improvidently granted, having rested the need for the asset freeze and the receivership to address the harms that I was concerned about addressing, having now decided that there's not a legal basis to support that, I want the transition to be complete and quick. I want the defendants, that's the D.E.B.T, to be back in control, concluded Judge Shelby. So absolute, and if you guys want to read this, you can find it in the Runners app. It's apnews.com. And then if you probably just put that in and do, you know, IX Global, SEC, TRO, you can read it yourself. But absolutely unbelievable, Ricardo. You know, and again, you know, we got to embrace the pain, guys, right? Like, this is an opportunity. Ricardo was buying this entire time. He was scrounging around his different wallets saying, how can I buy more Nat G? How can I buy more black gold? Well, these prices are down.
Yeah.
And Ricardo, did you want to go ahead and I'll pull up the calculator?
Yeah, no. So folks, understand something, that this was a phenomenal opportunity to put yourself in position to be a whale in these projects, to have a massive amount of tokens that you never could have had probably before, especially with halvings and things taking place. So I was buying, and that's when you buy. When there's blood in the streets, that's when you buy. So I'm buying. I'm literally, my portfolio is straight up maybe D.E.B.T and XRP at this point, okay? A little bit of sprinkles and some stuff over here. But, you know, I was looking at, you know, I knew that the SEC was fraudulent in their claims. I understand how the D.E.B.T ecosystem works. I know that face that Jason makes when he says, you guys have no ideas what you got your hands on. I know that these projects are designed for 2, 3, 4, 5 years where you're going to really see the value. And when I looked at the price of these tokens, crashed. I mean, we talk about Bev Day all the time, me and Mike, because we kind of missed out on Bev Day opportunity when there was a massive drop in the token value because somebody's wallet got hacked. And we was like, man, a few $1,000s could have turned into $100,000. And we was like, man, I was always praying for another Bev Day, kind of like, you know, like, man, another opportunity to get a lot of tokens at a low price. And the SEC gave us a blessing. Not only did they make the world aware of the D.E.B.T by first trying to call them a fraud, and now them being legitimized, but also it gave us in the community to buy up and still buy up massive amounts of tokens at these very low prices. So what I wanted to do, I was like, okay, I'll start doing some numbers. If I put $1,000 at a low price and the tokens go back to the price before the SEC came in, not even all-time highs, what type of returns am I looking at? If I took it to the price that we get it at now and to all-time highs, what are we looking at? So maybe Mike gonna pull that up for you guys, but this is still a phenomenal time because you can't buy nodes right now or micro nodes, but you can still load up on these projects, these tokens, and secure the bag. I know I have.
Well, let me before we're going to get into Explorer and aluminum and look at those returns, but I just want to show people the big picture. This is the debt chart. You know, we got in even before this even starts, I think. Let me go to the day. Oh, that doesn't look good either.
You're on the 1 minute. No, go up. No, above.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, you're on a weekly. Go day. Yeah.
Here we go. Let me pull out here. Okay, so I mean, this is essentially when we got started was in July. We were around 17 or 18. Okay, we came down to 10. And then this is, we had that big run up. This is kind of almost going into the beginning of the year last year. We got up to about $40. Okay, we retraced. This is Bev Day in April. Okay, and then we were right here at 12.5 when the SEC filed their suit, and it came down to about under $4. Was here at the low, 350 or so. And guys, I mean, this is when the TRO was released, so you can see there. I mean, there hasn't been a ton of buying. We're at about 444 right now. Okay, so I mean, the ability to get debt right now at 444 when it's been at $40, that's a 10x there just from the all-time high. But as Ricardo was saying, obviously you want to have some debt, but the big gains are probably in
aluminum or Explorer.
Aluminum. All right, so we had the all-time high of aluminum was about 3 cents. We were at 0.003 about when the TRO was placed, and we're at 0.0005. So you want to run these numbers, Ricardo?
Yeah, you can put it in. If somebody buys right now, pull up coin stats.
Okay. I mean, just look at this, Ricardo, right? Like, well, let's celebrate this first. Guys, look at the trust.
Yeah,
okay?
That's one thing we mentioned.
The
trust, baby. Trust the trust. Let's go.
This 48E9 is the trust. Okay. Now, as you know, the trust buys strategically. Okay. It buys slowly, incrementally. So you can see here, just last night, we found the trust is buying again. Okay. There. Thank you, trust. The trust is doing it as we're speaking. All right. So the real world profits from aluminum are coming in to buy up these tokens strategically. Okay. So, I mean, just look at this here. $6.31 gets you 8,000 aluminum. All right. And you can see this has been going on all night. Slow incrementals. I don't know what these people are thinking about selling right now. All right. So let's run some numbers here. We're at
0.00. Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right. This is coinstats.app.
Yep.
Okay. So let's see our buy prices here.
0.0073.
Is that right? 3 zeros?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
And then
3. You want to do all-time high?
Yeah, do all-time high. 3 cents, 0.03. And
do $1,000. Okay. So you guys, go ahead, Ricardo.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You got it. Yeah.
I'm trying to help you as much as possible today, brother.
I get excited.
All right. So guys, this is $1,000 of aluminum right now, just going back to the all-time high. So we're just saying, just going to 3 cents from where we are at now. Okay, and as you can see, that's a $40,000 profit, 4,000%, that 1,000 turning into 41,000 if aluminum just goes back to its all-time high. And remember, we've had another halving of aluminum in October 1st that didn't get a lot of coverage because of the TRO. So there's even less tokens being produced than there was when we hit that 3 cents. So M.I.M.S, maybe make it make sense of why you've been doing this and why people might want to consider it.
Yeah, so I've been playing around with that calculator and seeing not only even from where the all-time high was, even say like Bev Day, and I put in a price maybe like right before the SEC lawsuit came in, and I'm like, all right, well, if I put $1,000 at the bottom here, what is that return before the SEC? What is that return after Bev Day? And then what is that return at all-time high? And I did it for all the projects because all the projects were, pretty much down, at all-time lows. And undoubtedly, Explorer and aluminum had the greatest returns. And that's just based off the chart because a lot of the projects are still so early that they haven't even been able to really reach their all-time highs. We haven't even seen them really break out yet. So, for me, that's where I was basing like, okay, where's the major opportunity for me? And then I look at the performance of like aluminum. There's not a lot of big sellers in aluminum. Aluminum is a little more stable. It has a little more steady upward growth. But these are some of the things that I was considering when I realized like, okay, this is the opportunity to buy these tokens low. And now that the trust is buying, now that everybody's waking up to the legitimacy of the debt box, now that the community is realizing that we're back, I don't see these tokens going back to all-time lows. I don't see any reason why they would. We had a lot of people selling, so a lot of wallets have been emptied. And also, like Mike talked about, we had the halving take place. So there's less tokens. So you have that same amount of money that coming in, if not more now, eventually, and then on less supply, which gives us even greater upward momentum.
So I just put in the numbers for Explorer, and it looks like Explorer is offering a bigger return if it goes back to all-time high. Explorer at 0.0005833. If you put in $1,000 and it goes back to its all-time high of 3 cents, you're looking at a profit of $50,000 or 5,000%. That 1,000 turning into $51,431. So guys, as Warren Buffett always says, buy when there's blood in the streets. Buy when the SEC comes after you, right? And now we even have the clarity of this TRO being thrown out. And as you guys can see, the price has not moved that. I mean, this is probably when that happened. Yeah, October 6th. Okay. So, I mean, it's almost, has not gone up a ton, right? So it's just a matter of time with people figuring out what's going on and the trust coming back in and buying with a vengeance from the profits from the real world assets. And Jess brings up a good point here, Ricardo. And maybe you want to touch on this for new people, or maybe people forgot with all the craziness going on. Yeah. That's still going layer one, and they're still on track from what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I don't know the exact date. I think I heard something maybe at the end of November, but layer one is real. Layer one is ready. We have major projects now that I'm sure that the debt box got some clarity. They're more ready than ever to launch on the layer one as a layer two project. And that's going to be huge for the debt token. It's going to be huge for this ecosystem because of the liquidity pairs that's needed for those projects against debt. Debt, we looked at if you have the Insider app, and they kind of gave you some slides, 50,000 transactions per second. A lot of great things about this blockchain with layer one. So this is huge, folks. To get off of Binance and all the liability that can be, staying on the Binance Smart Chain, and now launching as a layer one. Folks, this is one of the biggest projects in the crypto space. I can easily see this project top 100 coin market cap, easy, easy. Okay, so you guys are so early. You know, as we say all the time, shout out to the D.E.B.T millionaires. Look, keep stacking, keep holding. You're in the right place ahead of time, especially now. I mean, at these prices, I never could imagine to have such a bag that I have now. If the SEC never did what they did, you know, to buy what I have now at the prices, it would have took a lot of money. You know, so take advantage, folks. Take advantage.
And I see a lot of people asking of like, well, will IX Global be able to start selling nodes again? Yeah, this lawsuit is far from over on the security issue. Okay. I mean, XRP, one of the top 5 cryptocurrencies with God knows how many lawyers. How long was that case, Ricardo? Like 18 months?
It was like 2 years. I think we're waiting on, I think because Green has a case too, something with the same thing was as nodes being a security. So there's already some movement and some advancement in that. But yeah, we're still waiting. We're still waiting on that. But you know, from what I understand and what a lot of people believe, these are not securities. The nodes are not securities at all. There's no investment contract, things of this nature. You know, but it's not over yet, like Mike said. But the D.E.B.T does have back control of the company. The trust is buying. So all the things that are happening with this project, the pipelines, the oil and natural gas we found in Ghana, layer one, all this stuff, all the value, everything is still going on, still moving. So it's going to be a phenomenal 2024 for the D.E.B.T ecosystem, without a doubt.
So I was able to pull. So the point is, you know how courts move. Okay. So the question of whether or not this is security will take who knows how long. It took XRP almost 2 years. So we have no news about that. But I would just say, from what I've gathered, it might be possible, but it would not be for the US. They might be able to do that internationally with other countries that are actually welcoming and friendly to innovation in technology and blockchain, which is of course not the United States right now. So you guys can see here the debt chain layer 1 transactions per second, 500,000 plus, right? Blowing away anything else we have right now. I'm sure the average fee per transaction will be very, very low. I don't know how you can have a negative transaction latency, but apparently that means it's going to be really fast. And the thing that I love, right, is the number of validators is basically why they started with the nodes. Okay, they've already built a decentralized network, and that's the key here. Is you want to have as many validators as possible, right? You see Binance Smart Chain only has 21. That means if those 21 validators go down, the blockchain stops running. You know, Ethereum is probably one of the most decentralized ones, and they still only have 11,000. So big news coming, huge progress forward when DET gets that layer 1. So get excited about it. And that's why, you know, I bought some more DET last week as well, because I want to make sure I get as many of those main chain tokens.
Yeah.
And Jess brings up a good point here. We are at the very beginning, so let's load up before we have our own debt chain. Bringing on new projects from the outside, our ecosystem will make all project tokens go. And what Jess is referring to there is, I believe Jason had said was it 50,000 real world projects?
Well, yeah, about 50 to 100. I think 50 to 100 companies ready to go on the debt chain.
Oh, yes. Thank you, everyone, for commenting. Carrie brings up a good point. D.E.B.T also launched the Rev token on PancakeSwap yesterday, for those that didn't know. So Rev was the kind of luxury vehicles, you know, renting them out, boats, yachts, exotic cars. And that.
Pull it up, Mike. Yeah, I was going to say, pull it up for him. Yeah, because that's the new hotness. That's new and exciting. A lot of people want to take advantage of that with Rev, dealing with luxury automobiles, jets and yachts and things, rentals, money from that, and they just got listed, and people were waiting for that, and so yep, that just got listed on as well on Pancake Swap.
So up
And yeah,
420% today. Okay. Market cap of 166 million already, liquidity of 76,000. Looks like it started at about a penny, shot up right away, had some selling, and just kind of doing the normal thing. But again, just to see, the big news here, guys, is the trust is buying again. They have ownership of their assets again because the TRO was dissolved by the judge, and Rev is now listed on Pancake Swap to get that liquidity. So absolutely huge news, Ricardo. We have been vindicated. All the haters came out. All the haters are trying to say, "Oh, we told you guys this is a scam." Blah 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 blah. Those questions have been answered now. The scrutiny that the debt box and Jason and Jake and Roy and Shad had to go under, and Travis and Joe and IX Global.
Yeah, shout out. Yep.
If there was something fraudulent here, if they didn't have these real world assets, this would have been a perfect time for the judge to say this. You've been misleading your community. You've been lying. These things don't exist. That's not what happened. What happened was we were validated. They had to turn over all the different LLCs and holding companies that had the gold, the oil, the natural gas, the aluminum, the satellite technology.
Yeah, they try to say we didn't have no technology. They said it was fleets. No, that wasn't the case. And we knew that. When I read that paperwork, I knew that, and they talked about it. We had a component. We had like two of the three, or they had like it was like three components to the technology and things of this nature. But we knew this information. When we read that report, we were like, they had no idea what they were talking about. It was straight up wrong. You know what I mean? And so we knew that this day would come where, they was proven legit. And like I said, folks, when people really realize who the debt box is, what they're doing, and especially with layer one and all the exciting news that's coming out to add more value to each of these projects, getting an update, it's going to go crazy. I don't see how it doesn't, because like we just said, they passed the ultimate test. Yes, that's true. You know what I mean? They have clarity. You know what I mean? Like, they went before court, the SEC went after them. And that's a great day in the crypto space, because not a lot of companies in the crypto space go up against the SEC, or the SEC comes up against, and they win. You understand? And they're vindicated. And the SEC is exposed so bad that the judge is considering holding them in contempt. Okay, so there's a lot of ramifications that are going to come out from this case, and it's just a huge victory for the crypto space. It's a huge victory for the Debt Box team. So definitely shout out and the love to the Debt Box Council and the IX Global team. And I'm just excited for where this project is going and the lives that we're going to continue to change. Because remember, the Debt Box is decentralized, eco-friendly blockchain technology. They're hiring thousands of Ghanaians right now. They're hiring and helping the people find water. They're eliminating the people, the ability of people have to strip mine and displace villages because of our technology. Some people say, well, why is it that the Ghanaian government would give them the rights to drill, first ever license to drill onshore? Because of the relationships that they've been building in Ghana for over a decade, starting with their father out there in Ghana, and they've been out there mining for gold. Because of the technology that they have, and which allows them to be eco-friendly in extracting these resources. Folks have no idea how big this project is. All right, and we're documenting it, and we're excited to be a part of it. Hashtag DebtBox for life. Let's go.
Yeah, if you guys are watching right now, give us the hashtag NodeLife. Hashtag NodeLife. We haven't been able to do that in a while. And I saw this the other day, Ricardo. I don't know if you did, but I want to play this quick video. In Ghana, which is where we went, right? In Africa, which is why I have this t-shirt. Ghana teens find enormous gold nugget, possibly the biggest in the country's history. So I just want to play this short video, and so you guys can see, you know, this is life-changing for these people to be able to, you know, secure their own wealth in their own country.
Here is your latest Africa news. A video from Ghana captures the remarkable moment when a group of teenagers discovers an enormous gold nugget. This find is truly astounding and remarkable. However, it's important to understand that Ghana is not new to gold production. It's Africa's top gold producer and ranks 6th globally. So, while the discovery is impressive,
I mean, again, guys, just think about this, that we have the contracts with the Ghanese government. You know, that Ricardo and I got to go to a meeting with officials from Ghana. And you can see here, Ghana is such a small country, but they're number 6 in gold production. And the fact that we get to be a part of helping this country and these communities rise up from where they're at is, you know, what gets us excited to do what we're doing every single day, and why the Debt Council has been planning and working with this government for almost a decade to help this community keep their wealth there, rather than people coming in and pillaging and destroying the land. That's what this is about. Let's not forget why we started here, is to make the world a better place, to keep and preserve our environment and help other people rise up out of poverty.
it's not entirely unexpected, given Ghana's rich gold mining history. Gold mining in Ghana comes in 2 main forms: large-scale operations, mainly run by multinational corporations, and small-scale mining, reserved by law for Ghanaian citizens. Unfortunately, a significant portion of the profits in Ghana's gold mining industry goes to major companies, including Newmont Gold Corp, an American corporation.
So these are the people who are taking the wealth from the Ghanese people. Our whole model is to keep it in Ghana. We're just taking a small royalty fee for helping their own people find this gold in their own land and keep the wealth in Ghana.
As well as Chinese, Canadian, and Australian firms. These companies benefit so much because they have the rights to mine the minerals in Ghana, and they only need to give the Ghanaian government 10% of their profits. While we reflect on these less favorable aspects of the gold industry in Ghana.
So we're basically flipping that model, right, Ricardo?
Yeah.
These big multinational corporations only let the Ghanese people or government keep 10% of it. We let them keep about 95% of it. We just say, hey, we'll help you find it. We want to keep the wealth here. We'll just take, you know, a 5% royalty finder's fee, and the majority of the wealth can stay with the Ghanese people. That's why I love what the debt box stands for and what we're doing by decentralizing this and helping people rise up.
Let's also appreciate the sheer joy and excitement of these small-scale miners as they stumble upon a life-changing discovery, instantly turning all of them into millionaires.
Awesome. Awesome to see life-changing wealth found by those guys. And, you know, Ricardo, when we were there in Ghana, we saw that. We saw those artesian miners, you know, 10, 12, 20 guys out there in kind of like a swampy, muddy water looking for little bits of gold. You know, Shad said they might make $20 a day. That would feed their family and help them to survive. And this is what they're hoping for, right? And now when we bring in our large-scale operation, we're going to give them good paying jobs, help the community, help the tribe, build infrastructure. Man, I'm just excited that, you know, we had to go through hell to appreciate what we have and know where we're going now. Last words today, M.I.M.S.
Yeah, there's also, if you guys are not in the Telegram groups, get inside the Telegram groups. I want to, well, I was going to maybe have you read it, Mike, but there's a message forwarded from Jason. Let me see. I'm going to forward it to you in Telegram, Mike. That way people can hear better than hearing it from my voice right now. Let me see.
Was this in the Cali group?
Yeah. I just sent it to you in Telegram
Okay.
directly.
Got it.
All right.
All right. So this is from Jason. We have a video that will be posted this month on the Debt Insider Premium only about the update of Ghana. Today marks the first day Shad and the team are placing all of the seismic nodes in the ground to map out the drilling map plan for the project. This will take us about 1 week to place all of them correctly, and then we need to keep them in the ground for about 40 days. The satellite technology around a year ago today found something that was so big and so unbelievable, we immediately went in front of Parliament officials to get a law passed this past January allowing debt partners the ability to drill onshore. This is the first and currently only onshore drilling license in Ghana history. What we found has been one of the best kept secrets so far by the Debt Council. Talk about one of the hardest things we have had to do. Around 50 node holders got a glimpse with a member of parliament on our tour of Ghana. That was us. That's what we were just talking about. But haven't totally understood why debt of all companies or all of blockchain would be granted access like this. Well, 1 year later, we are so excited to start leaking in very small doses to our community the discovery. This month we will release a only viewable interview and video of literally a lagoon of oil that needs to be navigated with a canoe. Yes, you will see Shad literally on over 600 acres of a oil-rich lagoon above the largest oil and natural gas finds in the whole continent of Africa. When we release this in conjunction with the government of Ghana, it will make every single news outlet in the world, every financial channel, every stock channel. No one in the world that is financially literate in traditional assets will miss what we have found. I don't care about price for a reason. This month, I will show you one of the big reasons why. Here is a sneak peek of a 45-minute video that will be aired and described in detail only on the Insider app. No, it will not be tomorrow. No, it will not be next week. I said this month, probably the last day of the month. So it will never be shareable. If you want to see it in full, you're going to need a subscription. I encourage you to pay close attention to the bottom of the mangroves, the plants, the vegetation. The oil reserve in this area is only 2.5 meters deep from the surface and is estimated to be measured at over $1 trillion in value. The natural gas reserve, that's a trillion with a T, baby. The natural gas reserves are estimated to be over 1.6 trillion and growing. Woo!
It's huge. That's a Don DeMarco right there. Oh man. 1 trillion in oil we found in Ghana. 1.6 trillion natural gas. I hope you guys realize what's going on around the world with inflation. I hope you guys realize what's going on in Europe with their lack of ability to secure their energy, the changes that are happening globally right now. We're in a perfect place ahead of time. So many people talk about tokenization of assets. So many people talk about commodities and blockchain. And if they're not talking about the debt box, they have no idea what they're talking about. Because the debt box is literally blazing a trail, setting a standard, okay, in this industry when it comes to the tokenization of assets and the combination of commodities and cryptocurrency. So I'm just fired up and excited because I know where this is going. I know the lives that are being changed. I know where we're headed. I'm fired up and excited. You guys have no idea. Wait for this information to come out. Get inside the Telegram group. Get inside the Debt Insider group. Go ahead and subscribe. You want to get this information. You want to get in position. This is life-changing.
And if you guys are, thinking, well, I don't have any money, what do I do? Make sure you guys join us tonight. I'm going to be sharing the #1 crypto play I found in Dubai. You can start making passive income now. You don't have to wait for prices to go up. You don't have to wait for the bull run or the Bitcoin halving in April. We want to get you guys set and prepared for when that does happen, that you're able to already have the tokens and you don't have to wait until they start going up. Same thing with debt. Start getting passive income to buy more aluminum, Explorer, debt, or whatever you want. So tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard at soundmoneysecrets.com. We'll put this all over the Runners app and Facebook group. M.I.M.S, last words. Other than that, I think we're good.
No, we're good, folks. Look, phenomenal time for D.E.B.T. Congratulations to the D.E.B.T team, IX Global team, getting that TRO removed, proving your legitimacy and who you are and what you're doing and the changes that you're doing around the world with these phenomenal companies that you're putting together with these resources and team. So yeah, folks, stay tuned, stay plugged in. You know we're going to give you this information as soon as you get it. Very exciting times to close out this year and going into 2024. Trust to trust, baby. D.E.B.T for life, no life. Let's go.
All right, lace up. Let's get wealthy. Peace.
On my cash stack, high yields on stable coins, yeah, that's where my bag at. All I really need is Wi-Fi, get money on D.E.B.T, mega cash on M.I.M.S. You better run when the runners run, show you how to get your money up. Dollar inflated like bubble gum, markets are jumping like double dutch. Buying up gold till I get a ton, crypto, yeah, I got some. You better run when the